The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Meach's Musings. We were having difficulty there during the pre-show. That's why it was a little late in actually getting started. My sound of breath had a little text spill here, but that's okay. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. It is December 18th, 2023. 1 week till Christmas. 5 days until our big karaoke spectacular, and a lot of cool stuff coming up on the horizon. But as Josh said in his little comment, and it's not a little comment, it's a good comment. And Matthew says it is time for the shill show of the week. But before we get to the shills, I did say during JJ's stream this morning about the weekend shows, Rampage, SmackDown, and Collision, that I did want to offer a different opinion, if you will, about a match and a segment that was featured. I believe it was on Collision. I could be wrong there because I didn't have a chance to watch. So I'm going with my opinion, not based on what I saw on television, which it isn't usually the best way to go, right? But it is my opinion, and it is what it's worth. He was saying during the course of the show that the crowd is not reacting to Abaddon and her return to regular appearances on the show, and didn't react well to Thunder Rosa's big return to TV as far as look, she's going to get back in the ring here in AEW, and that they're also, respectively, excuse me, sorry guys, they are indeed cheering for Julia Hart, and I don't know what they're calling Sky Blue, so forgive me, but they're cheering for Sky when they're supposed to be heels, right? They're supposed to be the antagonist rather than the protagonist. And my retort was, you're never going to get a reaction you want out of somebody after the way the AEW women's division has been so poorly booked. And it's one of those, I get where he's coming from, and I get that he's not down with the presentation of Abaddon, but I also feel truly that he's not been properly brought to speed about Abaddon. So I feel that it's not that it's unfair, but that it's given without a complete foundation of knowledge. So I ask everybody out there in our multiverse audience who also is an AEW fan, who is like JJ, not convinced about Abaddon, and like the AEW audience, unsure about her return to being showcased on television and Thunder Rosa's in-ring return. Give it a couple weeks, right? We've got World's End coming up on the 30th. We're going to be doing live coverage of that here on the Multiverse of Media. And I also know that, or at least I hope, I don't know anything really. I don't pay attention to what's going on that company as far as the inner workings. None of my business, right? But I will say that I hope that the whoops, that's not what I wanted to click. I will show that momentarily, Josh. I'll show it at the end there. I promise. Okay. So I am hoping that, like I'm hoping with JJ, that even if the live reaction isn't up to snuff, as presented on Collision, Rampage, Dynamite, whatever it may be, with the returning women, with the women that are already there, that will hopefully get showcased more in 2024 as far as showcased properly, that the reaction will change and that the perception on television will also change. I became a fan of Abaddon outside of the ring more so because of the interaction on the Jericho Cruise to completely defend JJ's justifiable indifference really for now, or at least the crowds as well. I get to see the side of Abaddon that she hadn't fully let out yet, as far as interacting on social media regularly, as far as being able to see that character completely develop on television. She had an amazingly fun personality. She stayed a gimmick the entire cruise, except for during karaoke night, where she sang and girl scream, let the bodies hit the floor, which was hysterical. So I'm also coming from a biased point of view, a subjective point of view when it comes to her. Thunder Rosa, I was a fan of when she was in the NWA. I just haven't seen enough of her in AEW, even when she was champion, to convince me that I'm willing to recommit. As far as matches for Abaddon, I don't, only because I've only ever seen her with AEW. So if you're still able to access AEW Dark Elevation matches anywhere, I don't know if they even have those on the AEW YouTube anymore. I doubt it. If they do, check her out. It's one of those. The character has to grow on you. I firmly believe that. I'm a fan, but it also had to grow on me. Once I disembarked, from the ship and got home and actually got to see the character, it is different, very different. It is I will definitely call it an acquired taste, to be clear, but I feel it's one worth acquiring because I think she's entertaining for what it's worth. And again, that's just the way I feel about it. It is Meach's Musings. It is my opinion, and I hope that it becomes yours. And if it doesn't, well, that's okay too. Again, we didn't get the Instagram stream working. I think I have to have the app open on the laptop, I think is what went wrong. This Instagram live thing is very new to StreamYard, and there's a lot of bugs that are still very much a part of it. So I'm working on it. I do want to stream on Instagram regularly. The problem is the better camera is on the phone. And if I try to do Instagram, I have to on the phone because this Chromebook is such a POS when it comes to the actual camera part of the presentation. The controls I can work, no problem. It's the actual visual stuff that I need the phone, at least for now. We're hoping for Christmas money to come in and get a couple more good payouts from YouTube, and we'll be able to upgrade the project. You notice the green screen is still not here at the new studio, so we're working on that. It did come a tumbling down last year, but we are working on getting the brackets to set it back in, because I do want to have different presentations. I do want to have cool stuff going on. Just a matter of getting everything together. So yeah, I do recommend trying to find it. Matches of hers. As far as Thunder Rosa, again, NWA stuff of hers was good. There was some stuff in AEW that I did find entertaining of hers. It's just she's been off TV for so long, and there was so much internet scuttlebutt and bullshit that it was hard to really sift through what was reality and what was just that internet bullshit. So it's a hard work to do. It's something that you have to really search for to find the quality, because for whatever reason that wasn't allowed to be shown. I don't understand that either, but just kind of is what it is. So that is my statement on the women of AEW. Again, I highly recommend you guys check out JJ's recaps of the shows every week. It's such a refreshing thing. And of course, there it is. I did include it. I'm proud of it. I actually left it in here already. So yes, I am a mastermind when it comes to match binging. However, I don't know what they got. So it's kind of is what it is. I'm not sure what this means, Stuart, but ahoy. Good to see you. Zach, good to see you as well. We'll be talking about Stapway Sports Bar here momentarily. I will not be part of Stapway Sports Bar tomorrow due to a previous engagement already set up. So I will not be there tomorrow, but I will definitely encourage everybody to watch Stapway. I believe Dory's going to be there as well this week, and Zach will be there. So check that out. But first, go back and watch this morning's edition of For Love Wrestling, which was the weekend wrap-up. Of course, talking about Rampage, SmackDown, and Collision from this morning. And you can check out JJ's recap of Raw tomorrow, his recap of NXT on Wednesday, and his recap of Dynamite on Thursday. Now, programming note. Next week, the week of Christmas, and the following week, the week of New Year's, JJ will not be on Monday morning. He will be on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. Um, Tuesday will be his recap of the weekend shows again. Wednesday, he'll be doubling up, doing Raw and NXT. And Thursday, his general Dynamite recap. And that's due to the Christmas and New Year's Day holidays. So that's why he will not be doing shows next 2 Mondays. So be on the note for that. A lot of changes in the schedule the next couple of weeks. So they're temporary. Let me be clear on that. They are temporary changes, but they will be changing. I'm not really sure how to. Again, Dwayne Abaddon's one of those the character you have to just kind of watch it and make your own, reach your own conclusions about what the character is. Sometimes it's not always the same thing based on what you see. Everybody has their own interpretation, they reach your own conclusions when it comes to seeing a character for the first few times. So I encourage you to watch it, make your own, reach your own conclusions, and decide if you're a fan when it comes to Abaddon. Also, Meach's Musings, this show next week will be on Thursday, the 28th, due to Talk Wrestling, which will be in this normal slot this week, Thursday, will be on Tuesday next week because there will be no Stat Boys Sports Bar next week. Everybody get all that? I'm gonna put a graphic. I'm gonna put the graphic up that I made today. But for now, Stat Boy Sports Bar will be in its normal time slot tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, as will the Greg Cherry Show, Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, as will Talk Wrestling be on Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. So Talk Wrestling will be, Stat Boy Sports Bar will be at 4:30, 7:30 Eastern tomorrow. JJ's producing, so 7:30 for Stat Boy Sports Bar tomorrow. Of course, everybody's talking about the weekend, our big Christmas Eve second annual show on this, by the way. 23rd, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 Pacific will be starting out. And yes, I agree with Josh. Everybody better make sure their butts are watching. Josh himself will be featuring a duet with a certain someone, not Noah, with a certain canceled song. I believe that song, as a matter of fact, was actually talked about on our top 10 Christmas songs aren't about Christmas, which was last week's episode of Dads. So be sure to check that out in the archives on the Casa and on the Jeff Meacham Network as well. And then we get into Christmas next week. Man, next week's going to be huge. We've got our top 10 Christmas songs about Santa Claus. That'll be on Monday morning at midnight, Christmas Day, as Christmas Eve becomes Christmas Day, is what I'm trying to say there. JJ and Noah will also be giving you guys a Christmas present if you're in the members only, the exclusive section of the Cussing Studios. They'll be calling the entire 1989 trilogy between Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair for the NWA Championship. So please go check that out on Christmas Day or throughout the week whenever you get an opportunity. Again, so Monday's Christmas. Tuesday, we'll have Talk Wrestling and the 7 o'clock Eastern spot because no Stat Boy Sports Bar. Wednesday, Greg Cherry Show. Easy peasy. Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern next week, Meach's Musings. This show followed on No DQ. I won't be on No DQ, but they will. The No DQ review will be on Thursday next week. So keep that in mind as well. The Thursday's Talk Wrestling will be a doubleheader on No DQ. I'm doing Talk Wrestling at 7 o'clock Eastern. The No DQ and AV will be at 8 o'clock Eastern with Aaron to send us into Christmas. So be sure to look for that from Aaron. And then next Saturday, my goodness, it's World's End from AEW. Very excited about this. Looking forward to JJ or Noah and JJ. Maybe James. I'm still not. You know what? I don't know who the commentators. Should be JJ, but I think James is going to be there for that one. We'll have to double check with him. Either way, the 30th Saturday night, and then next Sunday, the week after Christmas Eve, we are ending the year on a high note. Open Mic Night episode 100. 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, the end of year 4, going into year 5 of the Jeff Meacham Network, our 2023 highlight reel, the countdown to 2024, coast to coast, all 4 lower 48 time zones. I'm not going to do the Alaska Hawaii stuff and get my ass to bed because we're back to work New Year's Day. Also today, happy birthday to a couple of friends of the channel, and a couple of people we love on the channel. Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course, birthday today. Anthony Bowens from The Acclaimed, and two friends of the channel, Rob Van Dam, of course, our longtime buddy, and the one and only Trish Stratus. Thank you, Trish, all year, of course. What an absolute delight she's been to have back on WWE television. Happy birthdays across the board. Also, I'm not sure if people remember Eric Escobar from WWE back in the Vicky Guerrero's time in WWE. He was like a client of hers or something. I forget. It's also his birthday, and the old school Sputnik Moreau, also his birthday today. So happy birthday across the wrestling world from everybody here at the Jeff Meach Network, Multiverse of Media. And I mean, I'll go ahead and put this up for Matthew. I'm not going to encourage Anthony to scissor me, but you do you, boo. Stone Cold, Trish, Rob Van Dam, Anthony Bowens, happy birthday to the four of you, as well as Eric Escobar and I believe the late great, I think his best way, Sputnik Monroe. Anyway, that's really it for me. I know I went about 16 minutes, but hey, what are you going to do? Cheers to everybody on this Monday. One more week till Christmas. Make sure you get time with your families. Make sure you check out all our content across the Multiverse of Media. Again, it all leads to Christmas Eve, the eve of Christmas Eve at that, as we present our second annual Open Mic Night Christmas Karaoke Spectacular. $5 will get you a spin in the wheel. $15 and $25 donations will get you a BOGO, 2 for 1. That was instituted by JJ and approved by yours truly. Looks like everybody's going to see WWE here live pretty soon. I know that JJ's trying kind of sort of for the Forum show. We'll see how that works out. Josh is going to NXT on January 5th. I know Dattila is going to TNA Hard to Kill on the 13th of January. So awesome. Everybody's getting out. Get out and see that live wrestling when you can. Get out and get the best brand of root beer ever. I can't encourage IBC enough. It's the best root beer ever. Yes, I said it. Yes, y'all can sponsor me. I will take that shit. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you. If you watch Aaron's recap or Dattila's recap, check out their recaps after Monday Night Raw tonight. But for me, I'm done for the day. I'm taking this damn night shirt off and actually going to go get in some PJs. It's cold outside, and I want to be comfy. Good night.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.